Good, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? Back once more with another daily live stream, and we have confirmation of sorts, but seemingly big confirmation now that altcoin season has officially started, or it is about to start at the very least, which leads me to believe we're going to see a Kaspa Breakout hopefully very soon. We can see right now Kaspa is now once more touching this strong level of resistance, this massive sell wall that's been put up by the likes of Nexi Exchange, I believe Gate as well, and KuCoin, the bigger holders of Kaspa volume. But right now we are seeing Kaspa valued at 16.94 cents, currently up 6.69% on the daily time frame. It's very good to see all in all. And once more, if we pass 17 cents, the next one of course then is 18 cents. If we surpass that, in my belief, from what I've seen through the data that I've looked through, it will be hopefully pretty much a straight shot to a new all-time high. Of course, time will tell, but I believe that the time is almost upon us because of information coming out today regarding the job reports from the Fed, hence why crypto is pumping today. We seem to be on track for more rate cuts. We'll get to that in a moment, and much more coming for crypto and Kaspa. So as always, if you be on these streams, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. We'll go into this a little bit more on the chart in a moment, but I want to quickly go into the other major announcements firstly. What's up, Bingo Bango? Hope you're doing good, my man. Crypto goes through. What's up, Jay and chat? Hope you're doing good, my man. Do you want to outdoors? Let's pass 17 cents. I hope it does. I really do. It's been the third time within this, well, the last 2 or 3 weeks that Kaspa will be touching this 17 cent zone before getting rejected. Of course, this was following Kraken here, which caused it to push higher than rejecting. Then we saw it come back earlier 2 or 3 days ago, where it got rejected once more because of this massive sell wall. If we surpass the sell wall, of course, that will be, in my belief, greener hills, higher highs, new all-time high. But if that's only if it can pass it, because again, this is what Mexi and the other exchanges want to do. They want to sell at the zone here. But even then, look back here, we saw a lot of price fluctuation for Kaspa in these past few days, but ultimately finishing at the exact same price at the end of the day. But you just saw a lot of fluctuation happening on the day, but you just saw a lot of massive buying and selling, but ultimately finishing at the exact price of 16 cents. So for me, you could argue therefore this could potentially be this bottom next for Kaspa at 16 cents. So that means that it's due for a massive leg up very soon. Again, 1 year of stagnant price action tends to mean that when it breaks out, it will be a very volatile price movement. I can feel it. Finally, Kaspa is going to the moon. I believe so as well. At least I hope so. I believe we'll hopefully see some big price movement before the end of the year. We've got another 3 weeks or so let's wait and see. Zar, welcome back to stream, my man. Kaspa is dead. That's why I sold for Jasmine. Now I'm a multi-millionaire. Hopefully you're doing good, my man. And yeah, I mean, Jasmine's doing very well right now. From what I saw, Jasmine was up, I think, 108% or something. When I last checked it on last stream, right now it's down 5% on the daily time frame. But we can see here, Jasmine coin, which I'm not a big fan of Jasmine due to this chart all in all. But you look at it in the last 7 days, up 91%. Last month, up 150%. So Jasmine's doing quite well right now. Will it do well in the circle? Again, time will tell. But me personally, I'm not invested. But if you enjoy Jasmine, you like Jasmine, then by all means go for it. There are multiple ways to make money in this space, not just with Kaspa. But that being said, let's get into the major announcement before we get into the other questions. So currently got a little bit of, back and forth, not even back and forth, really, just some talk from developers, really, the other main leaders, if you will, of Kaspa. Here, we've got this post here from well, I don't want to butcher the names of the man here. Basically, just saying there are 5 security properties for a blockchain. The hardest one to get is fast censorship resistance, and no chain gets it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but ultimately, Marcus puts here, the key there is no chain gets it, and that's the truth of the matter. There's no chain that really understands how to have fast censorship resistance, but Kaspa does, and Kaspa is a DAG, not a chain. It's a block DAG. Kaspa understands the necessity behind security. And this is why I believe in the future, when the adoption takes off and Kaspa has the developments behind it, it will become the most dominant project in this space, proving that block DAG and proof of work is the future for crypto. Got this post here as well from Christian Ludwig, where Jonathan Tobolinski put out a day ago about fast censorship resistance is the main achievement of Kaspa, high BPS, proof of work, multiple miners per round of the unit of per round or unit of delay. Ultimately, just being yes, Kaspa is just that guy, if you will. Kaspa is a very innovative, very strong, very unique. And once more, when people realize this, because again, retail don't care about this, we understand that much, but institutions care about this, developers care about this, and they'll be bringing the liquidity onto the Kaspa platform, and that's when retail starts to care. We, hopefully the smarter money of the retail market will see this early and will take advantage of this lower price of Kaspa right now before the institutional money and traders flood onto the chain, or the block DAG, if you will. We can see once more Kaspa being so inclusive, so powerful, how the testnet 11, 10 block per second, upgrade the test, if you will. On hardware, decade-old hardware can be costing less than $100. Once more proving that you haven't got to have the next-gen PC or technology worth tens of thousands of dollars to be able to mine Kaspa, which I'm assuming Bitcoin miners have quite a high, strong miner behind it, so to speak. I mean, I don't know, I don't mine it myself, so I could be wrong there, but either way, Kaspa can do this. Look at this technology here. That's what it's running on it. Like, Kaspa can do that with old technology, once more proving how big Kaspa is going to be in the future, where you haven't got to have the newest technology. It's literally for everyone. And in the belief here of Dr. Martin Heidberg, who's the head of research at Uphold Incorporated, he says 0.1 has been retested. Bitcoin is shooting higher. This is the start of your Kaspa Mega Bull Run. 2025 will be green all around. Superior tech does win in the end. This came out yesterday. And that is the belief. And I agree with the sentiment. Again, he's got a lot of he's been paid, right? His job is to be very knowledgeable regarding projects. He's very bullish on Kaspa. He's the man that stated that Bitcoin was the Kaspa testnet. And there's a belief, therefore, that, we're going to see a big run for Kaspa very, very soon. And I think when the breakout happens, it will be a very volatile one. You'll see tier ones dropping on board and much, much more. We will have a mega bull run in due time. Potentially more power, but on the likes of Allah, we'll have to wait and see. But I think Kaspa, again, for me, I want to stay conservative, not be emotional, be logical. For me, I'm aiming $2 at my bare minimum. But on my bearish case, I'm hoping to see 4, if not higher than that. But anything above 7 for me, while maybe possible, I think it's a bit too moon boy. But again, time will tell. We see Kaspa and crypto go from here. Ultimately, we know a lot of the developments going to be happening next year. 2025 is going to be a very exciting year for Kaspa. Maybe a bit late, but I think we will be just in time, or at least starting our own run, as Kaspa's done time and time again. In 2 years of nothing, it's done a very, very good job. So I think we'll see a good run for that. And we can see here the goals for 2025 next year, of course, being smart contract design on L1 that's coming in summer, not too long now. Also developing the bleeding edge RISC smart contracts, basically deploying zero knowledge EVM capabilities, and so on and so forth. Ultimately, the smart contract development is very, very big, which therefore does clean up a little bit of my misunderstanding from yesterday's stream, where I spoke about the big things coming to Kaspa in the future, why I'm bullish on what's going to come from here. All these developments here, for example, Dagnite, as big as that is, that's not going to happen in next cycle. PSKT, I'm not particularly well versed in what that is. It's partially signed Kaspa transactions. I'm sure that will be implemented with atomic swaps. So I'm sure that is atomic swaps coming out in just 4 days time from now, or near around that time. So in fact, yeah, so PSKT, to my knowledge, is basically atomic swaps, or allows multi-party transactions like atomic swaps. So in that regard, we'll see some big stuff of that coming in soon. The only thing we're not going to see there for this cycle will probably be Dagnite, but that'll come in the future, making it that much more dominant. But we'll be seeing all these other major announcements with Kaspa happening this cycle. 10 BPS happening in about 3 months from now. Sparkle in about 5 months from now, maybe 7. Zero knowledge EVM that happened probably around the same time. Tier 1 listings, I'm sure, going to happen potentially this month, potentially next month. We've seen a lot more building up of a lot of more FOMO, if you will, regarding these listings, exchanges right now. Again, look at this top wallet here, has been very interesting. This top wallet here is KuCoin. That is, there's no tag here, but that is proven. I've showed screenshots in my server, my free Discord server. Again, I'll link it in the chat right now. It's in my homepage and also in the description. But that top wallet there is KuCoin. And yesterday we saw it add 1 Kaspa. Now it's added 4. It's adding very small numbers of Kaspa, which is very weird for an exchange to do. All the other exchanges are adding, ridiculous amounts of Kaspa. Gate was sitting down here at like number 6, whatever, and now it's been added. It's added like I think almost $100 million worth of Kaspa in the past 2 days. So Gate went from having nothing to a lot now. They had a lot more Kaspa to their wallets. Mexi is still, cycling it around. We saw 16 million leave here with 36 million added to their second wallet. So I think a lot of the transactions happening are from the big exchange, or the wallet's biggest exchanges moving to their smaller wallets. But my point being, in regards to the KuCoin one here, is that I speculate, because I was asked this in my server once more why I think it's happening. I speculate this is probably a sign that KuCoin and other exchanges are probably testing, if they are potentially testing to see if this 10 BPS hard fork is, functioning for them. Because again, they've got to make sure they do their own due diligence and make sure the hard fork works accordingly. They've got to update their protocols and their software as well. So potentially just testing it out to see if it works. Of course, that's speculation. I don't really know. I don't think any one of us can really know. But either way, we're seeing the exchanges, their allocation of Kaspa has been increasing a lot recently. That was at 14.3 2 days ago. Now it's at 16.5. They'll be adding a lot more Kaspa recently. So therefore, with such a massive growth in accumulation of Kaspa from these exchanges, that does lead to believe that's going to be something big happening soon. We already know Binance is going up. Maybe some other ones are going up as well. We're seeing it going up more and more. So hopefully we'll see we've seen a lot of these exchanges just dumping their Kaspa for the past, month or so. Gate here was an Aquaman. Now sitting at, with one of their wallets sitting at $500 million. Still a lot, but in comparison to what they had, it's almost half of it. They almost sold half of their wallet, putting it to other wallets, but still, I think there's a good chance we're going to see a big listing coming very, very soon. Of course, time will tell. But again, the addresses for Kaspa are still growing more and more, almost at the new milestone of 550,000 addresses again, which is very, very big to see. And we'll see more big stuff coming for Kaspa regarding what's happening in this cycle. It turns out the wallet I spoke about yesterday, or Kapagoo spoke about yesterday as well, that number 15th wallet, which is getting more and more, apparently is Gate, which once more supports the theory that why are Mexi and Gate, the two largest known holders of Kaspa, building up more and more Kaspa right now? What is their plan? Potentially they're preparing for a tier 1 listing or a big listing or some massive volume coming to Kaspa, which is, again could be possible due to the fact that we got massive announcements regarding altcoin season, Fed job data, and so much more to get into in this stream. If you look at Kaspa right now, very bullish news right here. The volume is once more extremely high, at least for where Kaspa normally is at. 323.37 million 24 hours, which is very, very good. And once more, this is a key thing for Kaspa to get these tier 1 listings. The KIF confirmed that. The KIF confirmed that with high volume, these tier 1s will be more inclined to want to list Kaspa. And we know the integration with Binance and Kaspa is already done. We've got the wallets here, Binance Web3 wallet and Trust wallet, also Binance's wallet. So Binance again and Kaspa are very close. Once more, Kraken has not taken up much of the volume because I think it's not a USDT, not a stablecoin pair. But either way, Kraken's here. BitGet and Bybit are much higher than they were in the past. Volume percentile wise, no, but in terms of actual volume trading, 20 million and 25 million a piece is much higher, which is good to see. Unfortunately, and I think it's because, again, Mexi's buying a lot more, we've seen the volume percentage here for Mexi jump quite a lot. It was at 21%, now it's at 27%. Gate's still staying high right now, but again, we're seeing over $116 million worth of volume going through Gate with Kaspa, which, that could be a sign that, again, they're going to try and stop Kaspa from trying to go above 17 cents. Again, time will tell. We do know, and we have seen images of the massive sell walls that these exchanges, the likes of particularly Mexi, I imagine Gate and KuCoin are similar, at around 17 cents. Right now, we are literally just struggling to break above that. If we can, that would be fantastic. But of course, time will tell. Time will tell. I think the big catalyst here is the fact that Ethereum is almost at all-time highs. That's an all-time high here at $4,100. And I stated, apologies, I stated that if we surpass 4.1k, that is typically a crucial sign for the altcoin season to start. And we do have a post about that. Right, trying to find where I loaded it. Here. Crypto Weather here puts during the last cycle, once we entered altcoin season territory, we stayed there for 88 days. Our altcoins are about to go so much higher. Now, I think we'll see multiple altcoin seasons. I think we'll see, when we 1 or 2, happened here before. Altcoin season came back down, and then a bigger one here. Potentially we're going to see something similar again. Time will tell. But I think evidently we are in altcoin season right now, and that's proven from the fact that, again, Ethereum is rallying so much right now, nearing all-time highs, which is a key catalyst, but also because Bitcoin dominance is seemingly dropping off a little bit as well, or staying below this trend line once again. Of course, Bitcoin has surpassed 100k again, which is fantastic to see, and that is based off the Fed job report data. Either way, as a result of Bitcoin dominance falling off, the Ethereum reaching their all-time highs, job data, all the market, besides Gala right now, but all the market is looking very, very green. And Kaspa as well is following suit, and potentially we could hopefully see it break above 17 cents. If we do, and break up 18 cents again, I do think we'll be quickly making an approach to all-time highs and hopefully passing it before the end of the year, but again, time will tell. The wick up that happened recently, there was a little spike wick that happened on Kraken as well, which is, despite Kraken's lack of volume and the fact it has got a stablecoin pair, it's good to see that Kraken is still definitely being used. And in regards to KRC20, real quick, so we got some other big announcement here from Tangent confirming that developers are ensuring safety and conducting extensive testing before the launch, but seemingly they're coming very, very soon. They're on the way, which of course we want to see. That'll be a very big catalyst for these KRC20 tokens to see their volume and market cap to go much, much higher. Probably gas fees as well, but either way it'll go much higher. As a result, I'm very confident that much. As Piano Hippo's rankings are live, of course the most popular right now are Nacho, Kango, Kaspi, Kira and Gold, the top 5 tokens right now on their platform, which is good to see. And you've got news for KREX. For KREX at one point was a very, very big KRS20 meme. I guess right now it is up 8%, $1.84 million market cap. The volume right now is at 188,000. Once more, the memes have seemingly dropped off a little bit. The highest volume meme right now by far and away is still Kango. Next closest, I believe, is Nacho, then Conan. Obviously, Kira's going up more and more for obvious reasons, but either way, I think we're going to start seeing some more adoption for these KRS20 memes in the near future. When will it be KRS20 meme coin season? Time will tell. Time will tell. I think for the most part, I suspect you'll see more meme coin season for KRC20 with Tangent supporting them. When Kaspa starts rallying itself, the money will probably leave these tokens and go back into them when Kaspa ends up settling and coming through a small correction phase, as any project will do. I'll be more fun about Kaspa again. Everyone goes to KRC20. You'll see more listings. If Kaspa gets a massive tier 1, that'll also be a big incentive for KRC20 to start rallying in the near future as well. So ultimately, I still think we'll see higher highs for these tokens, and I think it does depend. I think it does depend on the Tangent. I think it'll be a very, very big deal for KRC20 as well. I've got this little post here, which try and be very careful when getting involved in the FUD with the Kaspa community. This post here talking about the Cubic founder, of course, who's basically he's been kind of clowning and dogging on Kaspa, saying, just short Kaspa could be doing really badly and just buy a Cubic. To my knowledge, from what I saw, I think it was even from Shah, I don't know who I saw it from, but I think Cubic founder, he's actually just trolling for the sake of trolling. I think he actually does like Kaspa and holds Kaspa. Of course, he's just making a joke. Again, I don't really know this, but it's what I thought I saw at least a while back. But either way, for me, Cubic as a project, I've not really looked much into it. I don't really care to look much into it. I've heard a bit about it. For me, I don't think Cubic can compete even remotely to Kaspa. I don't think any project in this space can compete to Kaspa, to what they're trying to do. This is what Cubic's at right now, launched earlier this year, where Kaspa's been about for much, much longer. It's got BitGet, Mexi, XT Gate, so it's got some decent listings already, but Kaspa has obviously more. No tier 1s yet, but I do think Kaspa, again, does outrank Cubic by quite a margin. I don't know if Cubic's a proof of work at all. Again, I have very little knowledge about Cubic. It's a decentralized L1. So, yeah, so it's a decentralized L1 with AI. So, of course, it being AI, and also the unique proof of work. So, again, seemingly proof of work, seemingly AI as well, and also seems to be decentralized L1. Is that a good thing? I mean, on paper, sounds fantastic. Is it actually good in hindsight? As a project, I don't know. I haven't done research into it, but that is Cubic. I've been told about it in the past. On paper, it sounds good. But I still don't think you compare that necessarily to Kaspa. While being a proof of work, Kaspa has, done something no one else has done, being the block DAG. I don't even think Cubic has block DAG, but either way, Kaspa for me, still a clear winner in the cycle. And I think with what's happening right now in the space, Bitcoin dominance falling off, still with Ethereum going higher and higher, I think we're going to start seeing it go much, much higher in the near future. But of course, time will tell. Ultimately, we've got this post here from Reuters, which is basically confirming the S&P 500, Nasdaq rise as consumer discretionary shares, ultimately talk about the fact that the November non-farm payrolls above estimates, which therefore supports the fact that we're going to likely see some rate cuts happening in this month, in December. Again, we'll have to wait and see what it will be, either be 25 or 50, maybe more, but I'm more on the fence of 25 right now. And the rate cuts are going to be happening on the 17th and 18th, that's when the next FOMC meeting is, so that's in 12 days' time. And with rate cuts, that will alleviate more pressure on the economy, thus leading to higher price potential for Bitcoin and crypto. That is why, despite Bitcoin's massive volatility yesterday followed by correction, we saw Bitcoin recover today because the market now believes, okay, rate cuts are coming in, we're going to see higher highs coming. If there was no rate cuts speculated, then we'll probably see Bitcoin come lower. But now that we have got the rate cuts seemingly close to being confirmed, that's caused Bitcoin to rally a little bit and therefore crypto to follow with it, as rate cuts is, a very big thing for the economy, for crypto, for seeing the price go much higher. Kaspa has always done very well around the Fed FOMC meetings and the rate cuts and the Fed data, and today's no different. So again, we're seeing big stuff coming for Kaspa and crypto, and I think it's going to continue going in that fashion with all the other crypto developments I get to in a moment. Just in terms of daily Kaspa FOMO, you know it. Looking good, looking good. Imagine if nobody sells his Kaspa now, how high it could run. I mean, if you're talking about this cycle, it really depends. It really depends on the developments, when the cycle tops, you know, the level of adoption, all these sort of factors to take into account. It's not just as simple as look at a chart and make a judgment. I think that Kaspa should hopefully reach at least $2, potentially higher. Time will tell, of course. But at the same time, I think we could also see, you know, if you talk about long term, I'm holding Kaspa, you know, long term, I'm seeing Kaspa reaching 4 figures quite comfortably. If Bitcoin can reach 6 figures, I don't see why Kaspa can't reach 4 in the future. And I'm talking like 10, 20 years future. I'm not talking like, you know, next year or something like that. I'm talking about quite a while, but I'm holding Kaspa long term. We are the same. Also sold for Jasmine. I mean, yeah, I mean, Jasmine's doing quite well right now. And again, there's nothing wrong with, you know, making your money in any project you want to. I have not sold any Kaspa at all. I will be selling Kaspa, of course, in certain, you know, profit zones or take profit zones. But either way, right now I've been holding Kaspa. I've been buying other projects, of course, flipping the money in from other projects into Kaspa, into other projects, and more from memes as well. But right now, I've been holding Kaspa. Jasmine is doing very, very well. I won't, you know, put Jasmine down at all. I mean, Jasmine, despite this chart looking very, you know, very worrying, if you will, it has done well. So credit for credit's due. Jasmine's done very, very good as of late. I made a quick flip on Jasmine. I mean, yeah, people again make quick flip on Jasmine. I think that's a good. I don't know if Jasmine will go higher from here. Again, I can't tell for sure. There's a lot of bullish sentiment about Jasmine in this community, seemingly, but I don't actually trust the community sentiment on CMC because, you know, pretty much every project I pretty much look at will have a bullish sentiment here all the time. Like, I'm very rarely you'll see any project that hasn't got a bullish sentiment. Cubic here as well, Kaspa here as well. Which I mean, Kaspa I understand, but every project here will have a bullish sentiment behind it. That's just currently what you see. But I mean, yeah, Jasmine flipping point on Jasmine, you know, props to all of you who have done. Guy is a multi-millionaire but still attending Kaspa streams. I mean, yeah, either way, Zar's just that guy, innit? Today, job numbers indicate a 0.25 rate cut on December 17th, looking good. I mean, yeah, that's particularly what, yeah, I think that's potentially the reason why crypto is running. You know, Kaspa obviously is following that as well, but again, it's seemingly struggling its hardest to try and break above this massive sell wall at 17 cents. It's a very strong level of resistance right now for Kaspa. But yeah, I think that's the particular reason why, you know, crypto and Bitcoin is running, following the FOMC, following the job data, which indicates a rate cut hopefully happening in the next, you know, 10 days or so, or 12 days or so. And as Bufflick says, if you enjoy these streams, be doing these daily, leave a like, share, and subscribe for more. Zaz, I'm a billionaire. I believe it, my man. Hopefully you can share the work with the rest of us as well. It's all fun, ladies and gents, but Kaspa's strong. Never put any money into Jasmine. I mean, yeah, if you want to, again, do what you want, man. I don't care what you do with your money at the end of the day. I just want to reiterate the belief of mine, not financial advice, of course, my belief that Kaspa's going to do very well soon and in the cycle to follow as well. Just seeing a lot of people talking about Zar being a billionaire, talking back and forth. Kiro's number one. I mean, Kiro's doing very well right now due to the level of shilling from CG. You know, Kiro's jumped very, very quickly from an unknown project to top 4 now because it's getting shilled heavily by CG and his whales. So will it go to number 1? It might do, because, you know, although in terms of what projects are actually building right now, in terms of actual development, Nacho's doing incredible. Kango's done very well in terms of listings in particular. I'm sure they're building more. Caspi's done very well. Gode's incredible. All these, like Kaspa, Gode, Kaspi, Kango, and Nacho, they're the top 5. And even stuff like Bert and kind of those two as well. They're kind of far down now, but either way, those ones I think are doing a really good job in building stuff for the community for KRC20. Kiro's come out of nowhere, and it's got a lot of money flooding into it very, very quickly because of CG. Game's game. They're memes. Stuff happens like that. Will it go to number 1? With the level of backing and, you know, shilling happening in the community from the biggest, you know, KOL or biggest content creator of Kaspa, then probably, maybe. Would it be the best one in the space? I would disagree personally. I think Nacho's the best in the space still, despite its lackluster price action. But again, you can say the same for Kaspa. Kaspa, I think, number 1 in the space, in terms of a project, at least in the future, just got lackluster price action right now. Kaspa is only 3 years old. Find some conviction. This is the whole new ball game. I'm not here for quick flips. Extend your horizon. I mean, yeah, that's particularly what I'm here for as well. Kaspa is, you know, very, very new, and once the adoption goes more and more, we'll see the price go higher as well as a result of it. But again, time will tell, man. I think Kaspa still has a good cycle. For what is to come in the cycle, again, I'm looking forward to it. A lot of this happening in the cycle besides Dagnite. People will completely turn on their head when Kaspa gets a Binance listing. There's no doubt about it, and everyone will stop FUDding Kaspa completely. Right now, because Kaspa's doing nothing, everyone can FUD it because it's easy to FUD. Yeah, everything's moving, Kaspa's not really moving. Like, of course, it's easy to FUD, but once the FUD will disappear, and everyone will go quiet once it gets a Binance listing. Apart from Zar, of course, Zar will still FUD it. And Zar will he'll find a way to FUD it, I'm sure. Hello Kaspa family, ETH close to all-time high. Yes, that was good, DD. Yeah, ETH is looking very, very good right now, and I suspect if Ethereum does surpass, I mean, it did just see, he got rejected a little bit here. If it continues to push above it, then that would be, if ETH gets rejected here, maybe, I mean, maybe we see it come down a little bit, but, you know, it's tough to say. It's a bit different from it being March and now. So I think Ethereum in due time will surpass it, and that will be a clear sign of alt season, which would be a very, very big thing. And I think it's going to be big again regarding what's happening right now in this space, regarding other projects as well. So we had this post here, obviously crypto's total market reaching all new all-time highs, which is very, very good to see. And evidently the reason why crypto's rallying more and more. And then once more to the possibility, we could see potentially a 5 trillion market cap by the end of the year. With March, is 1.6 trillion is quite a lot to get for in the span of 3 weeks. Not impossible. You could definitely see that. Obviously, we've got this post here from Ripple and also from Tower, get into it in a moment. But here we can see regarding some more other developments here. You know, Elena Terrett, the Fox business journalist here, has confirmed that the SEC has notified at least 2 of 5 prospective issuers that they will reject their Solana spot ETF filing. So evidently, it is pretty evident that this current SEC has zero intention to pushing forward ETFs and crypto regulation at all. They're going to go down on the sword. They're going to go down fighting. They don't care. They don't want to try and change their ways knowing they're wrong. They're going to stay true to their guns despite them being wrong. So that's ridiculous to me. But once more, that's a good thing, because in just a month's time, or a little bit over a month now, a few weeks from now, we're going to see new crypto enforcement, new crypto regulation, more crypto SEC chairman. Here we've got from Coinbase Paul Grewal saying that the FDIC letters has shown that US banks were told to pause crypto activities, so you know, all leading towards Operation Choke Point 2.0. And we've got here, obviously, you know, this Mike Flood here talking in front of, you know, the cabinet on a Congress, basically just saying how the regulators, federal regulators under Biden, are out of touch with the ever-evolving digital asset market. Just talking about how crypto's evolving, crypto's are here, and it's a big thing. But evidently we can see here that they just seemingly do not care about trying to get crypto enforced at all. They're only doing it because they're being forced to, but they don't care. If they have any form of grounding to stand on, they will just stand their ground and not move forward at all. But thankfully, Trump is doing his due diligence, doing his job to seemingly push forward and get crypto into the spotlight of this American country, of the world, really. He's already announced he's going to be electing, Paul Atkins? Paul Atkins, I believe. He was bringing forth Paul Atkins as the new SEC chairman. And he's also now elected, he's chosen crypto czar David Sachs to be working on the legal framework so the crypto industry has the clarity it has been asking for. So again, we're seeing active developments taking place for crypto regulation to come forward, and I think David Sachs is quite a good one all in all, which is a good thing to see. Of course, NHR asks here, now we have, you know, SEC chair nominee and crypto czar David Sachs here. Donald Trump now have to pick a new lead for the CFTC as well. And will it be another pro-crypto candidate? Most likely it will be, following Trump's pattern right now. So right now the top names seem to be CFTC Mersinger and also CFTC Commissioner Palm. You've got Brian Quintez. You also got many more like Josh Sterling. Ultimately, it's quite a long list of potential candidates, but either way, it seems that there's going to potentially be more pro-crypto candidate coming through very, very shortly. Trump is what, maybe 6 weeks away now from taking office, and that will be a very integral moment for crypto. I suspect in due time we'll probably see some form of corrective behavior of Bitcoin and crypto. Now the FOMC meeting is confirmed, there'll be rate cuts coming soon. You might see a small correction here, maybe not a significant one. Following the FOMC meeting, you'll see a pump again. But I think you'll have to see some form of call up before Trump takes office. I think you'll see Trump just send crypto much, much higher with all these frameworks coming through, crypto rules, and that will send crypto much higher. So, remain vigilant. I think crypto will due for a correction period at some point. I don't think it'll be too severe because, again, we've got so much bullish news. Job data, FOMC rate cuts, Trump coming to office. So it won't be too severe. But when it comes through, just be vigilant. If you're trading, spot trading, do your own research. But I think we're going to see potentially, again, not financial, I think we'll see potential correction in the next, weeks or so. Might see it come, let's just say it hovers around 110k or 105k at its peak. It comes up here and gets rejected again up here. We'll see it probably come down to 91k, maybe 87k, and then we'll see it go back up again following FOMC meeting and Trump comes off very, very soon. But again, time will tell, of course. Of course, right now, Bitcoin, again, doing much, much better. US Bitcoin ETFs now actually hold more than Satoshi Nakamoto himself, proving how much adoption there is in this space and that they're going to get more and more. Again, it's not even been 1 full year yet of ETFs. In the span of less than a year, US spot ETFs now hold over 1.1 million Bitcoin. That is ridiculous. I'm going to see much more held in this cycle and more to come. Florida will introduce a Bitcoin reserve next year, leveraging its $185 billion pension fund, which is of course very, very big news. And also you have Vancouver, who can move to integrate Bitcoin into city finances, according to Bloomberg. Once more, seeing the adoption happening of Bitcoin and crypto. This sort of stuff will happen to Kaspa in the future, I believe, as well, based on the developments happening and also the fact that it can be utilized as a medium of exchange, as a store of value as well. Altcoin is definitely here, starting right now. Hopefully it will last for quite some time. We'll see Kaspa. Again, the longer altcoin season runs, the higher the chance we're going to see Kaspa start to run with it as well. Because Kaspa is an altcoin right now. As much as just its own thing and runs on its own cycle, the altcoin season here is a good thing that Kaspa can start rallying, I think, very, very soon. And of course, if it breaks above this zone here, we will see, my belief, a new all-time high. And we'll see the adoption come back to Kaspa. And that might also be a catalyst needed for Binance to jump on board. Binance seems to be very eager, very close to listing Kaspa. And if you see Kaspa start to rally quite significantly, I think Binance will jump on board quite quickly. Because again, the integration is already done. That's been confirmed already by Roy O'Neill, by the KEF, by the fact that you've got these trust wallets here, proving that the integration has already been done. So that for me, if they're seeing a new all-time high, I think they might list it very, very soon. Again, that's not my own belief, not financial advice. But Binance is coming, other listings are coming, and that will be a big deal for Kaspa, sending its price much higher. We have got some bad news, in a sense. Coinbase here used report account restrictions and inaccessible funds, fueling concerns over customer service and securities as legal scrutiny mounts, ultimately leading to the point of, once more, not your keys, not your crypto. This is why I believe you should have a cold storage, a hardware wallet, Tangem, Ledger, OneKey, one of them. You should have one of those three, or if there are other ones, I don't know the other ones, but those are the three that I know of. Tangem's my favorite. I haven't got a Tangem referral code. I'll try and get one soon. But this is why I say, if you have your crypto on exchanges, you run the risk of stuff happening. They might just freeze your assets and lock them up. You have a hard cold wallet, your own crypto in your whole wallet. Chance of that happening is much smaller. It's your own crypto. But the exchanges still own this. They hold this. You're just trusting it for them to hold it for you. In the UK, pump funds are restricted, which I don't think that's really a bad thing, because pump fund is, is a tumor of the Solana chain and the meme space. There's been a lot of bad things happening. I'm not surprised either. After the whole streaming thing, pump fund was banned to get some restrictions. It is terrible. I've never gone to pump. I've gone on pump fund, but I've never actually utilized pump fund properly, because again, it's terrible. It is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. But hey, much is restricted. If you still want to go on pump fund, you can choose VPN, I guess. Although I'm not telling you to do that. But either way, once we're seeing more developments in the crypto space, regulations start to take more effect. And also we're seeing the fact that for Ripple and XRP, while their price had a massive surge and now come back a little bit, hovering around $2.40. I think we'll see the RUSD coming out, which I think will happen quite soon. It seemingly happen quite soon. Ripple confirm it here that they're launching it today, but that on the final approval, and they should update very, very soon, we'll see that happening. And I think when that comes out, you'll see XRP soar much higher in value. Apparently, two sources close to the proceedings say that there was a delay last minute, but hopefully we'll see that release very soon. That also caused XRP to rally more. For those who hold XRP, of course, not everyone does. I do. And I expect it to go much higher in the cycle and years to come as well. And of course, Tau being, I think at some point soon it's going to be an AI cycle. I think that's evident. Nvidia is going to explode at some point. And with Nvidia exploding, that also caused AI cryptos to explode as well. Tau, I think, is going to be a big, big gainer. So again, Grayscale ETFs, when the new SEC comes in, again, Gary Gensler seems to have no desire to push forward ETFs when Gary gets removed. And you see Paul Atkins, everyone else taken to office. You'll see these sort of ETFs coming literally one after another. Almost like I wouldn't be surprised if on the day Trump gets into office and you see new SEC, you can potentially see maybe like 100 ETFs filed. Obviously, you know, different institutions filing the same one sort of thing, but you'll probably see loads filed quite quickly because the new SEC will be pro-crypto. So again, it's very, very good to look out for, and that also might lead to Grayscale potentially putting Kaspa from consideration to we are going to list an ETF, and that will be a very big thing for Kaspa. I do believe we'll get a Kaspa ETF this cycle, maybe later, but I think we'll get one in due time. I'm very, very optimistic about that. I bought a lot of Sui, and now I'm playing with Sui memes. And yeah, after Sui and Phantom, you know, integrating with each other, that's caused Sui to do a lot better. Sui right now is up to $4.24. And that this pump here was on the back of Phantom integrating with Sui, which caused the Sui memes therefore to get a lot more adoption. So yeah, I see people start to migrate over from Solana to Sui, and I think probably do a lot more. I mean, Sui I think is still going to reach higher. I'm now looking towards more so like maybe $6-7, maybe even 10. Who knows for Sui in the cycle? I mean, Sui right now, market cap wise, is what? Is around 12.4 billion. You know, if it was to go to $10 from here, that would be what, a 25 billion, so to speak, or maybe a little bit over that, 30 billion. I see that's quite possible for Sui. I don't think Sui is the best project in the space, but in terms of, you know, potential investments and gains from here, I think Sui will go higher. Again, crypto's going to go higher from here, so I think it'll go much higher in general. Sell your Sui and buy Render. I mean, Render is a decent AI project. You know, I say decent actually, it's quite a good AI project. I think there are better ones. I think Tao's better. I think, again, this is me personally, I think Render's a good one, so I'm not by any means fading Render at all. I think Render's a decent one. I'm just personally more bullish on the likes of Tao and Desync. Obviously I've shown Tao. Desync is one that I'm more bullish on. I think Desync could be a much bigger one as well. And also if you look at Render right now, it has already nearly hit all-time highs. Why it can go a lot higher, it being AI and stuff like that. You know, it's already had its massive run already from November 6th. So similar bottom to Kaspa as well. Well, that's the election even. What I'm talking about, the election here. No, that was the November 6th. What am I tweaking for? That's down here, yeah. November 6th was down here. And then you saw the Fed meeting. That's, yeah, the FOMC meeting, that's what it was, yeah, the FOMC meeting. And it's also gone from 4.3 to 10.6 now. You've got Desync here, which has done very well as well. Now, Desync is at all-time highs. You know, that was not that long ago at, 13 cents, now it's at 50 cents, and I think Desync will go much higher as well. Potentially, I think Desync could reach potentially, I want to say $4. Again, time will tell. Buy Saucy, see minimum market cap right now. I mean, yeah, again, the memes are going to look very, very decent, but memes, of course, are very, very dangerous. Be very careful with memes in general. I'm just looking through the questions right now. How much Kaspa should one have? It's up to you, man. It really is up to you. Like, everyone has their own margins, their own capital, their own dry powder. Some people can have enough to, you know, be a dolphin, a shark, or a whale. Some can only be octopus or crabs or fishes. You know, end of the day, it's how much capital you have spare, and therefore are willing to risk. Because it is a risk, you know, trade at your own discretion and that sort of stuff. For you to become a millionaire, the question about how much to become a millionaire, if you talk about in general in the future, I think if you're sitting on like, what? Sitting on 50k, that means Kaspa's got to reach, what, $20? That'll happen like next cycle or two. You just hold on that for the whole time. But if you want to make millions this cycle, you'll probably have to reach like dolphin status at the very least. Probably like maybe 500k Kaspa. But again, that's relative, depending on. Actually, no, I tell you, well, no, 500k, no, maybe 200k Kaspa, potentially 200k Kaspa. But again, it's up to you. Again, that's how much you want to hold. I don't hold that much. I'm not going to disclose how much I hold because that's private. I disclosed it once in a previous stream a while back, and I said I'm not going to do it again because again, it's just something I want to keep close to my chest. But yeah, I mean, I'm holding Kaspa for cycles to come. So I don't hold a lot. I'm not going to become a millionaire of this cycle, but I'm holding enough Kaspa so I'll be, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 cycles, I will be reaching that status. Tangent has a limited edition Bitcoin also. I'm going to get that one too. I mean, yeah, again, Tangent's doing a lot of crypto right now. It's good to see. That's why I love Tangent. And the adoption for KSA20 is going to come very soon, which will be a very, very big deal as well. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, yeah, crypto's looking very, very bullish right now. I'm very happy about crypto all in all. Again, Bitcoin making all-time highs, SEC seemingly, collapsing, if you will, or I mean, they've already been collapsing, but you're seeing much clear signs out that this SEC is not going to do anything at all. So therefore, you're going to start seeing the new SEC coming through and literally flip the switch, turn it on its head and become much more pro-crypto, and that'll be very big for institutions getting involved, and therefore big for retailers to get involved as well, because ETFs is way for institutions to get involved, but also for retail to get access to crypto without going through the exchanges way. Most investors don't want to go through Binance and Coinbase, they want to go through ETFs. That's how people tend to invest. That's how the older generation tend to invest, through ETFs. So, of course, yeah, time will tell. But I think we'll see a lot of that stuff coming soon. Again, with Kaspa, with, again, Martin Heidberg saying here as well, I think we'll see a massive, massive run very soon. Again, Martin Heidberg is very bullish on Kaspa, and he is someone that I do, obviously, yes, I do my own research, but for someone who is equally the head of research, he's someone that I do hold in some form of high regard to, he knows what he's talking about. And, he says Kaspa's going to be a very big bull run very soon, and I think it's possible. I'm not Moonboy Kaspa, I'm not saying he'll reach $10. I think Kaspa could reach $4. I'm hoping $4. That would put Kaspa at $100 billion market cap, and I think that is possible this cycle. When you see the tier 1 listings, you see the tier 1 listing, you see the atomic swaps, you see 10 BPS, Project Sparkle, smart contracts therefore, zero knowledge EVM, roll-ups, tier 1 listing, all that sort of stuff. The KRI will be launching their projects with the smart contracts coming out in the summer as well. You'll see potentially Grayscale ETF for Kaspa. All the sort of developments that could lead Kaspa to go much higher in the cycle. And depending on the top, could be a very big thing. Of course, we look at other data here. We've got 2 indicators, of course, well, technically 10 metrics. One of them is the Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator, which is just one metric here, but it does tend to call the top quite accurately. Right now we are going up and closer, but we're still not at the top yet, so we've still got higher highs incoming. The funding heat map does suggest right now that we are quite overheated. Don't know why it's not in dark mode right now. I'll just keep it in light mode actually. But yeah, this is the funding heat map. Right now it says we are getting quite overheated. This could therefore mean that we are in around this region here. So we could potentially see a cool-off period quite soon. And then you've got the CDBR, which is 81 right now, which means that, again, the confidence that is quite high, but it's not too high just yet. We've still got chances to go much higher in the cycle. I'm still looking towards at least 130k. No, 130, yeah, 130, 135k at a very minimum for me. And then we can see it probably go much higher there as well. Depending on the institutional adoption and what Donald Trump does in the space as well. I got 10k. If I could pay out 5k in debt, I'd be happy with that. I'm sure that you'll be okay with that. I mean, Kaspa for me, again, Kaspa is something that I think will reach at least, again, $2 in my bare scenario, my bare minimum. I think Kaspa will reach at least $2, and then go much higher from there. So I think you'll be comfortable with that, my man. And for me, again, I'm holding it long term, but you do as you will. And CryptoZar is trying to troll me once more, saying it can hit 19 cents. I mean, yeah, if it does, fantastic, but it's not hit that yet. Although it is quite. If you could look at even more immediate time, if you look at it in the last 5 minutes right now, we can see it is definitely doing a lot more in terms of consistently touching this zone right now. It's trying to push above it. So hopefully you see it continue in this fashion and go up to this sort of zone here. Actually break above it, because right now Kaspa typically tends to get rejected around these zones here. So I think Kaspa needs to go much higher. We'll see it go from there. Again, it got rejected up here, and that was on the back of Kraken as well. So this definitely seems to be a very, very strong level of resistance for Kaspa. You see some significant breakout for it to do anything, which will be it'll be a journey. Definitely, we'll be here, of course, looking at it. And for those who want to learn more and be more up to date with stuff like that, I talk about this sort of stuff in my Discord server. I mean, not just me, my community, all of us. We've got over 500 people in there, and not all of us talk, of course, but we're all in there, and a lot of us are active talking. We're discussing Kaspa, crypto, and stuff like that, meme projects, KRC20, you name it. And we'll be talking about Kaspa hopefully breaking all-time highs probably today as well, as Kaspa now reaching 17 cents. That could be a key sign that if it breaks above this and breaks above 18.2, that will be the sign of a new all-time high coming very soon. I'm hoping Kaspa at the very least ends today at 17 cents. Therefore meaning that tomorrow is, all the marbles, seeing it potentially either push up or down. If it gets down again, I'm not too worried about the whole thought process of this double top here, because again, I think Kaspa is just in that zone right now where it's just been manipulating, going lower and lower. Again, the exchanges seem to want to keep it quite low down for the meantime. But I think we'll see Kaspa eventually start to just be too strong to push above it, with, again, altcoins being so close right now and everything else. And yeah, Kimberly, shout out to you, who's also providing information to the community where I questions I may have missed myself, so thank you very much for that. Kaspa will shoot out of nowhere from a catalyst, even like XRP did. Yeah, I believe that much as well. Again, XRP's catalyst was the SEC, basically confirming that Gang is going to be leaving. That caused this massive catalyst here, who was suppressing XRP, and also 4 years of manipulation as well. Kaspa will be a tier 1 listing. Obviously, other big announcements as well. Atomic swaps happening in 5 days' time, or 4 days' time even. Atomic swaps in 4 days' time. 10 BPS happening in 3 months. Smart contracts happening in 5-6 months. But tier 1s will be that catalyst for retail to come back indefinitely. Thanks for the info. You're welcome. I thought I might be to Kimberly as well, but either way, you're welcome. Tangent should be shipping out to the National Limited card end of December. That is big to hear again. All those sort of little trinket stuff with Tangent and Kaspa is very, very good to see. I'm very happy that Tangent are working so close with Kaspa, which once more incentivized my belief. I mean, it's just typical, isn't it, as well? Kaspa being all about decentralization, being secure, being quick. Tangent the very same thing, about keeping your keys to yourself, your crypto to yourself, being secure and being quick. So it's good to see that partnership just makes sense to me. It does. And also remember that Tangent, I think in Q1 2025, will be having their Visa Tangent Pay card. So be combining with Visa. So that could be big for Kaspa as well. Or big for Tangent, of course, but that could be potentially big for Kaspa as well, giving it more connections and more reach, if you will, to the monetary system. Which again, by that point, the KR will be getting a lot more involved, I'm sure, with again the smart contract being just around the corner and 10 PS coming out very, very shortly. Ultimately, Kaspa is going to do much higher from here. I think Kaspa is going to do very, very well as well. Again, these listings, if you will, these big wallets are portraying some very weird activity right now. In terms of, from what we've seen in the past few days, we're seeing a lot more leaving the wallets and being circulated to the other wallets or just elsewhere we don't really know. And now we're just seeing, this one for me is the weirdest one, the KuCoin one, adding 5 Kaspa, 1 and 4 in the past, few days. Look, we saw 4 Kaspa come through. And then 1. I'm trying to see where the confirmation comes through. Look, you see, look, all of these happening in very, very small transactions. They're buying 0.51 Kaspa. Like, what's going on here? This happened. So 2 days ago, you saw it put in 0.5 Kaspa. Then you see 0.51, 0.5, 0.51, just constantly half a Kaspa being put into this wallet. It's just very, very weird from KuCoin here. So I'm not entirely sure what their plan is, what their motive is. But they're testing something. They must be testing something. There's no reason why they're making such small transactions. They're definitely testing something. And we can see once more if you look at the exchanges holding Kaspa. I'm sure it's gone up now. Yeah, it's gone up massively. But this was coming down more and more. All the exchanges were just dumping their Kaspa, and now we're seeing a spike up again because Gate has bought a hell of a lot in the past few days as well. Once more, we check out Gate. Gate added what? Again, I think it was almost $1 million worth. Oh, no, almost $100 million worth. So we look at Gate's wallet here. Gate added. Oh, they sent out a lot here as well. You see a lot how much has been sent out. But you look how much they added. They went down here to 140 million Kaspa from Gate. And now, in the span of literally a day or two, it jumped up to 700,000 Kaspa. And now they're selling it again. They're sending it off somewhere else. So we're seeing a lot of very aggressive moves being made by exchanges. Then typically when you see a lot of movement from exchanges, that does tend to be a sign that there's meant to be a listing coming quite soon. Because again, these exchanges talk to each other. At least they know insider stuff. So again, that's not confirmation by any means. That's speculation, but typically when you see a lot of movement from big wallets and exchanges, that tend to be a sign of a listing coming quite soon. Which so hopefully we'll see that very soon. For me, I think it will be Binance, if any exchange, because their connection to Kaspa is the deepest out of the other projects. Of course, we do have Coinbase potential, OKX potential, Upbit, Crypto.com, Gemini. It could also potentially be cracking with a USDT pair. Would be happy with that happen at least. But for me, Binance would be the biggest one, and that'd be the big thing for Kaspa to start rallying. Yeah, Tangent Visa is going to be a whole other ball game. It's going to be absolutely huge, no doubt about it. Engine towards ease of global adoption, no doubt about it. It's going to be absolutely massive. What price will Kaspa stabilize after the bull run? Let's say 2026. it is just really, really hard, if not too tough to call, because it depends on so many factors, right? Depends on when Kaspa's going to peak in the cycle. Depends on what the institution is going to do after the cycle, because they may decide they want crypto to they may not want a 80% pullback. Like Bitcoin normally pulls back 80-70% after the pop. Institution may not want that. They might only be a 50%, or maybe not even at all. Who knows? I think we'll see a pullback though. But if Kaspa only reaches like $2, I think Kaspa will come back down to maybe 50 cents. If Kaspa reaches maybe $5, it'll come down maybe to $1. So like it depends. I think the lower Kaspa's peak is, the connection will be less severe, because by that point, you'll see, let's say Kaspa reaches $2, right? A 80% correction from that will be, what, around 40 cents or so, give or take. I think Kaspa wouldn't correct that far down. It might be maybe 60, 70 cents, because by that point, you'll see smart contracts come out, and you'll see developers start building, and KRI start launching projects with Kaspa in the bear cycle, quite early on into the bear cycle, if not end of the bull cycle as well. So I think Kaspa's correction will be lesser as a result of Kaspa start actually to release their main developments, their main projects by that point. They'll be pretty much finished by that point, or close to, or more finished product at least. So I think that if Kaspa reaches $2, it might be maybe a 60% correction, which would therefore put it around 80 cents, maybe 70 cents. If it's higher, maybe $5, you'll probably see it come down more severely to maybe like $1.50, but it won't be too bad, because again, you'll see the stem of the bleeding due to the fact that you've got smart contracts coming out, all that stuff being built on the chain or on the block back. Only 30 cents. Is it going to go down to 5 cents too? I mean, it's a good question, truth be told. I mean, ultimately, the answer is probably it will come down. Obviously, it going down that far would be, I'm trying to do the math in my head, about a 70% correction, give or take, I think. I've done the math terribly there, I know. I think if Kaspa only reaches 30 cents, which was, for me, is, again, for me, not financial advice, but I think Kaspa only reaches 30 cents, it's impossible. I think it goes much higher than that. But I think Kaspa wouldn't correct far at all. I think it only correct 50% to 15 cents personally, because again, for what coming to Kaspa, this is also proven to be quite a strong level of support for Kaspa around this zone of 15 cents. Is where it's been hovering around for so long. So I think Kaspa only correct 15 cents. Because again, you have a lot of stuff coming at the end of the bull cycle to the bear cycle, where you'll see KRI getting involved, developers building on the platform, and stable coins, crypto regulations, all that sort of stuff. So I think Kaspa, for me, will be a unique case where either it's going to have a very laboured, laggy, but late bull cycle against the rest of the market, or it will be a stem of the bleeding and not coming down as far and start rallying earlier, because again, a lot of the big developments are happening so early on so late into the bull cycle and early into the bear cycle, where everything else will be kind of just finished by that point. I like the fact that you can send a Kaspa in a second. It's so cheap, like XRP. It doesn't hold a network fee. I mean, yeah, that's precisely why I'm bullish on Kaspa. I'm bullish on Kaspa and I hold XRP, and they both have a similar case in the fact that XRP is meant to be used by banks and institutions for, payments, as a cross-border payment. That's what XRP is intended to be used for. And Kaspa is a similar thing, except Kaspa has the advantage of being decentralized, but also being the same sort of level of cheapness and speed, if not even better. So that's, again, I'm getting into the space for projects that have a real longevity in the future. My projects normally tend to be long-term holdings. I know, as much as I have my own little bag for pump and dumps and meme coins and that sort of stuff, have very short lifespans that can do very well quite quickly, I typically have most of my capital into these long projects because I think they have a better potential. In terms of the risk to reward is lower, but it's better off, so I can borderline guarantee my gains as opposed to spending, have a high risk to reward and have a chance of losing it all, like maybe some meme coin. Some people have gone to PopCap really early, for example. I know people who've gone to PopCap really, really early, and they've made a lot of money from it, so shout out to those people. I went to PopCap when it was literally down here. Like, they made stupid from 12 million and now sitting at 1.4 billion. Like, they made stupid money from there. But that's, again, it's a level of risk you've got to take with memes. Some memes do very well, some memes don't. So you've got to weigh up your risk to reward. That's ultimately what it comes down to. And Kaspa, for me, has got one of the best risk to reward in this space because it's got a lot higher potential while still being a very strong asset. Volume's very high right now, which is great to see. Market cap's going up again, which is good to see. The exchanges are getting more adoption. Job data is also supporting there could be rate cuts coming soon, so we could see higher highs coming very soon as well. And we only got, again, December's going to be a bullish month. Will December end up being a 5 trillion market cap, as some researchers say it will be? I don't know. love it to be. It's not impossible. November saw 1 trillion ingested in last month in November, so we could see 1.3 trillion or 1.5 in total happening this month. But that'll put Bitcoin at around a $125,000 price. I think it'll be at least 2.5, probably be about 2.7 trillion dollar market cap Bitcoin. Can Bitcoin see another $700 billion injected into it in the next 3 to 4 weeks? Not saying it's possible, but it's quite unlikely. It's quite unlikely. There's a lot coming to crypto, but without the SEC actually putting through ETFs and allowing the money to inject into the market, there's still a lack of what can happen. Trump's doing a lot of good work right now, pushing crypto higher, but without him being in office, there's only so much he can pump. So I think we'll see a lot. I think we could see it by maybe Q1 or like January. You see, 5 trillion market cap by January, I think, end of January. But I'm not sure we see by the end of the year. Again, time will tell though. For Kaspa, I think we can see Kaspa do quite. I actually think we do quite a similar thing with Kaspa and Cardano. When Cardano went from its price of 3 billion market cap in end of November or December time, we just saw it massively jump. So from 3 billion around here, from end of November to early December, early November even, went from 3 billion up to 11 in the span of 3 months. I think Kaspa could do a very similar thing. It being mid-December right now, when Kaspa breaks out, I think it could do a very, very volatile run up to maybe a 10 billion market cap. Kaspa right now is only at a 4 billion. I mean, we could potentially see Kaspa jump from its price of 17 cents up to maybe 35. Again, for me, 35 cents is still my target by the end of the year. I still think it's possible. While maybe unlikely, probably more so aiming towards an all-time high by the end of the year. It's not impossible to see quite a quick run. Potentially see by January, more likely than not, I think for me, will be see Kaspa push to all-time high by the end of the year. January comes through, Trump's getting into office very soon. You'll see crypto start rallying more, and Kaspa will start pushing to its next, like this zone up here. And then we'll see listings coming out quite. Again, if we get a listing, that will completely turn on its all on its head. Listing will just cause Kaspa to start going power, but it can go much higher, especially if it's Binance. So that's why, as much as I can make price predictions about where crypto's going to go, you just got to have keep your wits about you. Don't be emotionally logical and understand the kind of element of what other stuff can affect the market. Rate cuts, the FOMC meeting, Trump getting into office, all this sort of stuff as well. Capital developments, tier 1 listings. If Bitcoin comes down heavily, crypto will come down. Kaspa will come down with it most likely as well. Although Kaspa I don't think will be too severe, because again Kaspa has already quite undervalued as it is, at around 44% undervalued. So you could potentially see it not be as severe, but time will tell. Time will tell. I see Kaspa as the ideal combination of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that assessment. Of course, Bitcoin being proof of work, fair launch, store of value, medium of exchange, like the Satoshi Nakamoto's consensus, same as Kaspa. Ethereum being the scalability needed to actually reach the whole crypto market, which again Kaspa's going to have smart contracts and 10 BPS. And then XRP being used for banks and institutions and payments, which Kaspa's going to also be utilized for with the KRI and what they're doing with Kaspa. So yeah, I agree that Kaspa could be the best of both worlds, or best of all worlds, once you get the adoption and the use case starts soaring higher and higher. But of course, it's great to speculate about that sort of stuff, but without it is really early to call that much. I think it's going to happen. I want it to happen, but I've got to remain vigilant and again, don't be emotional and understand that there are so many factors that have to take into account for Kaspa to actually get to that level. Again, this is what's still to come for Kaspa. Without it, Kaspa will not be able to reach that level. Now, I think they will happen, but the problem that everyone's coming down to is how long it will take. I'm holding Kaspa till it all happens, so I'm not bothered. But some people want to happen. Some people are only in Kaspa this cycle, and if you are, then fine. But don't expect necessarily, $10 Kaspa this cycle that people are telling you. I think again, while possible, I think it's very unrealistic. I think it's a bit too high because it also depends on the value of Bitcoin. People say Bitcoin can reach 200k. If that happens, then yeah. But I don't know if Bitcoin can reach that high. I think Bitcoin is probably more likely going to stop around just short of 200k. Could be wrong again. Depends what institutions are doing, but I don't know how high Bitcoin's going to go. And Bitcoin takes up over half the market cap. 3.7 trillion market cap, Bitcoin takes up 2 trillion of it. So if Bitcoin doesn't go up high, if Bitcoin doesn't go to 6 trillion market cap by itself, then I think can Kaspa really reach that high? I don't know. Kaspa is the future. That's why I'm holding Kaspa for the future. I agree with you. But my future's, I've got a long-term future plan, not this cycle future plan. I've got a long-term, this cycle, and short-term. Short-term is memes. Long-term is stuff like Sui and C and Tau, and then long term, like not this cycle, like long term is Kaspa and Bitcoin. Do you think gaming will pump this year? I don't know, because Alex Becker thinks he will, and Alex Becker's very well in tune the gaming space, and I do believe he's got some very good calls. So with him saying yes, I want to believe it will do. But I mean, ultimately, gaming projects will pump this year. I mean, I currently hold Vulcan Forge, PYR, and I'm already up. I've got in around 2.5ish around here. I'm already up quite a lot from that. I think Vulcan Forge can do well. I think Vulcan Forge can reach all-time highs at $50, so I can go much higher from here. I'm hoping it will do. There are other good projects in this space as well that are gaming. I think gaming's a very big market. Probably the biggest market, arguably, in the world. Finance, of course, is the biggest one. Gaming is quite close after that. So I think gaming will start making a big name for itself in the cycle, and then I want to believe it'll probably take off later on, if not maybe next cycle. But I mean, I'll be doing more research into that in the future. But gaming's one that I have a passion for. I do very much believe in gaming being a bigger earner in the crypto space, and similar to how like Bitcoin's its own thing, and I think real world assets like XRP and XLM and HBAR will kind of diverse into their own little pocket, and Kaspa into their own little pocket. I think you'll see gaming go into a little pocket as well and be also a multi-trillion market cap in the future to come, of course. So you've got to find the good projects early on. But that being said, that is it for the stream today. Thank you all once more for joining. It's been a very good stream. Ultimately, Kaspa is rallying right now. It's good to see, following the Fed job data supporting the rate cuts coming in just 2 weeks time or 12 days time. More developments coming for Kaspa all in all. Remember, there's a belief there's going to be a big rule coming for Kaspa very, very soon, which I'm hoping about. We've got some strong level of support, also listening to breakout off right now. I think we're going to see Kaspa have a listing very soon. I've been saying that for a while, so again, that's just me saying it. Don't just do your own research. I think Kaspa could hopefully have one coming towards January time, but of course time will tell. Hopefully it'll be Binance. I think we'll see some other big stuff. Again, Chaos 20 is going more power wallet of Kaspa, which is good to see. Tangent coming Kaspa and Chaos 20 very, very soon. And I think we'll see some. 2025 is going to be a big year for Kaspa. There's no doubt about it. So, don't be emotional, be logical, do your own research, come chill, chat, and learn more in the Discord server. Link in chat, and all the information will be in the chat as well, in the description, in the Discord server. So you go check it out there. And with Tom coming to office very soon, we'll see a lot higher highs of crypto. There's no doubt about it. We might see a pullback in Bitcoin quite soon, but of course, just remain vigilant, keep on the market, and thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching and being great stream. Got 38 likes, love that all. Leave a like, and yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Might be the same time, but I'll let people know my Discord server. But yeah.